To be back in another video. In today's video, man, we're going over every single gun that I think you should be running for Season 2 coming up here in a few days. These are about 5 guns or so that I think are going to be your best bet for going positive here in Modern Warfare 3 in Season 2. I have a couple other videos that I want to pump out before Season 2 drops. Different streaks, different settings, attachments, all that type of stuff that I want to go over. So everyone that is playing in Season 2, Day 1, will be as prepared as possible. So first off the bat, I think pretty simple to or pretty obvious this is going to be in the list is the ACR, specifically this build. I think this build is one of the best ACR builds in the game. Has good mobility, no recoil, and still really good damage output. The Midnight Barrel is the best barrel in the game for the ACR currently because it has that bonus damage, velocity. Recoil is a little bad, but you have the barrel, which completely takes away recoil, so I don't even need to worry about it. And you also have ADS speed and movement speed also being increased, so that's always a W. Some people will say that the Mammoth Barrel is better, but the Mammoth Barrel actually is less damage and less velocity than the Midnight, and you don't get the ADS speed boost as well as your movement is not increased as well. So I don't understand why people are thinking this barrel is better, but it is what it is. But that's what I would run this ACR. Here it is again. And on to the next one here, which is going to be the tier. This tier, the reason I'm suggesting the tier is because the tier is actually stupidly good with the Beholder rifle kit. So if you're running the Beholder rifle kit, you're gonna enjoy it a lot more. Especially the sniper scope, you can kind of just zoom in on people, dome them, and kind of go with there. Now you could take away that sniper kit for maybe an ammunition type, like maybe you want to run um, one of the like this one right here, the high grain rounds for that little better increase in damage. But I feel like the tier is still pretty damn good with the damage output, so you really don't need it. Um, you could also maybe put a like a barrel in it or something if you wanted to. But again, don't think it's really necessary. And this little grip I'm using basically just increases the ADS speed. It makes movement and all that better, and switch to fire better with this thing. So if you're wondering why I'm running this grip, it's not for recoil, it's for mobility mainly. But that's the tier. That's what I recommend. Going on to the next gun, we're going to be going into the Ram 7. So we have the Ram 9 coming in the Battle Pass. So a big reason I'm doing this too is because this is basically the same gun, just the one that's coming as an SMG, not an AR. But this Ram 7 build right here is super good on multiplayer as well as on Warzone. I was using this a little bit on Warzone, and it was still kind of melting. You're going to see a combination of the Jack BFB muzzle on pretty much every build now. I've been updating my builds with this muzzle. This is something I want to work on for the COD Immunity app. If you guys follow me over there, I have all my builds over there. But those builds are outdated because those are from right after I got Interstellar. And now with the new attachments being added in the game, I do want to update them because even though the Jack BFB puts you on the radar, basically puts you as an advanced UV dot on the radar, I don't feel like it's that bad because of the bonuses you get, which would be the 60% reduction for recoil gun kick, 20 horizontal, and then a 40% reduction for the vertical, making your gun nearly not move at all. Like it makes it look like you're cheating, which is kind of insane. Now your ADS speed does hurt a lot from this, but you can add things to increase your ADS speed, which in my opinion counteracts that. But this is the Ram 7 that I've been running, and yeah, on to the next one. So the next gun will be the HRM. Now this is getting removed from ranked play, so this build you're seeing is not going to be usable in ranked anymore after this season. But this is the build I'm running currently with the HRM, and I think this actually is probably the best SMG in the game currently. I thought when this gun released, the Uzi was the best gun in the game for SMG wise, in my opinion. It was had the higher damage out of the rival and the UMP. The only thing that was lackluster one was that fire rate. But if you put the high grain rounds, I think it was on it, or whatever the rounds that increase the velocity, it was still, it was able to compete against those guns. But they nerfed the Uzi, which is one gun you will not see on this list this time around, unlike Season 1's list we did. So because of the Uzi being nerfed, and I'm not a huge fan of the Rival or the I've been trying to use the UMPs, the Striker 9 and the regular Striker. but I just cannot vibe with them. But this HRM is super good. It's like an assault rifle, um, and it runs really, really well. So I'm also running this barrel because it's the highest damage barrel. But theoretically, if you wanted to, you could leave it stock barrel and then just add the ammunition type that increases your damage. So this high grain rounds. To me, that doesn't seem like a worthy counter offer, and the negatives of this barrel really aren't that big of a deal. You only lose some sprint fire speed, you only lose some ADS movement speed, and then your hip fire is kind of trash, and your tac stance is kind of trash. But you're never going to really be hip firing with this gun, really, at all. This thing's a laser beam, especially with this build, a laser beam, so you really don't need to worry about that. With that being said, on to the next gun. So the next gun that I've been playing with a lot this season, and I'm planning on doing a lot more with this next season, is the MTZ 556 or the 805 Bren. The 805 Bren is probably one of my favorite guns in the game currently. It's actually one of the guns I thought I would not like in the game because it's not the OG 805 Bren from Ghost. It's a more modernized version. When this game was announced, I was like expecting to like the ACR the most, but honestly, I've been really enjoying this Bren, especially this build Bren is super super good. Especially on the NW2 maps, for some reason, plays this gun with that map combination is super good. Like I was playing this on this map called Shoe House from MW2, for those that know, with this build, and I nearly dropped a nuke first game on of the day. Like with the way SBMM is, that's just not normal. So this gun, highly recommend it. Especially if you're going for assault rifles and you want a basic assault rifle that you want to run. I recommend this one specifically. And then another gun that I would recommend also is going to be this G36 build that I'm running. Now, this G36 build might change. I don't know. I want to try to run the G36 with no optic and run iron sights and then run like an ammunition type to increase that damage to really hammer home that quick killing assault rifle that I really wanted with the G36. But overall, pretty solid build. I just love this gun, dude. This gun has been one of the most fun guns to use in this game, and the only reason I don't really use it that often, to be quite honest with you, is just to simply not get old. But I wanted to be. I'm trying to get good or better with other guns because I'm pretty solid with the G36 overall. But some of the other guns, I'm just trying to get more in tuned or more in sync with them going forward. But G36, highly recommend it. And then the last gun we're going to do for this video is going to be I don't have it on here, but we're going to herp and swap to it real quick. That is the M4 from 2022 or MW2, as I'm completely stuttering my names and my years. But this is the build I've been running the M4. Super solid again, really maximizing those NW3 attachments with the MK3 reflector and the Jack BFB. And this makes this gun into a beast, bro. It is an absolute beast, and it is kind of insane, bro. It's kind of insane. But that being said, that is the M4 class that I've been running. And honestly, a lot of the NW2 guns, especially SMGs and ARs, do really, 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 really good with that BFB on because that recoil reduction. Because a lot of guns in NW2 had a huge recoil problem where, like, even if you put attachments on, they were kind of like, whatever, you can't really help it. But this just changes the way the gun plays. It's actually mental. But those are the guns that I recommend for Modern Warfare 3 Season 2. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I have more content like this coming out. I'm probably going to pause the story games for COD for now while I get these videos out. But yeah, totally recommend those guns. If you want to run them, that's what I recommend. But with that being said, I'm out of here. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.